Hey y'all, good morning. It's Ned over at myphilippinedreams.com. And I mentioned yesterday on our Facebook that this property dispute that's been going on in our neighborhood is resulting in the families of those kids that have been hanging around being evicted. So we're going to give you the lowdown on what's going on right now. And I'm going to just do a little quick tour to show you, in case you didn't see the previous video on the property dispute, we're going to show you what's going on right now real quick. Okay, so this is the road that leads down to where we live. You can see it's blocked off here with this blockade that they made out of bamboo and concrete, and it's also flooded. Basically what you have here is two landowners, Mr. Black and Mr. White, who are actually cousins, they're family, but they had a falling out at some point. And the first thing that they did was Mr. Black made this blockade here so that Mr. White's truck cannot get down to his house, effectively trapping his truck inside the area here. You can see the roads back up further here, and so they have this thing blocked off so you can no longer get vehicles through. What he also did was, at some point, there's water lines on the other side of the fence, and that's Mr. Black's property over on the other side. And the water lines have either been cut or they've broken, so the water is leaking out here and going all the way down our road, which is basically making for very slippery, motorcycle riding. People have contacted the water company, but Mr. Black is refusing the water company access to his property to fix the pipes. So it's basically the water company losing the water. So he's got the water flooding out the road, and he's also got the road blocked off. Which is kind of disgusting, because when you're riding your motorcycle, you get all muddy and everything and slip all over the place. And the thing is his property dispute with his cousin, Mr. White, is not just affecting Mr. White, it's affecting everybody in the neighborhood. Okay, so this is like the center of the action right here. In this location, you can see our red gate to our house, and there's the flooded road beyond that. This is Mr. White's place. And there's another road heading down there, and we're going to go down there shortly. And over in this direction is where they built this new road, which is resulting in the families being evicted. And we're going to get back to that in a minute. There's also a cow over there. Alright, so this was after they blocked off the front exit to the properties. They created this back road, which, as you can see, is pretty muddy right here. And we're going to see just how muddy it gets in a minute. And you're basically, go in front of somebody's house, which is kind of uncool. Okay, and this is a further continuation of this back access road. And again, there's somebody that lives right here. There's this new house that's being built right here. And then it starts to get a little sketchy. Okay, so we're on the back access road now. I see a cow right there, and there's a piggy over there. And this used to be cool because we used to be able to go out right here. But again, Mr. Black, purchased, he has this strip of land here, and he put these bamboo poles in to restrict access to people coming and going out of our little neighborhood over here as well. So that left us with another spot over there, which we're going to go check out now. Okay, so this is the other way to get out of the back access area. And as you can see, it's basically all mud and ruts. If you have a four-wheel drive vehicle, you can get through here. If you have a two-wheel drive vehicle, you cannot get through here. Mr. White has a two-wheel drive vehicle, so he can't get through here. So Mr. Black's happy with that because he cannot get in and out. So the two access areas back on the back road are effectively blocked off from Mr. White. I can get through here with my Pajero, but the problem is the mud just gets all over the vehicle. Because, these, especially up further, up where I'm pointing now, there's like a 1 foot rut, which is just pure mud. And this is actually dry right now. When it's raining, this just becomes a total mud bath. So again, for our little neighborhood, the front access has been blocked off, and one of the areas in the back access has been blocked off, and the other area is pretty much impassable. So that leaves us with a new area that Mr. White just purchased to get access in and out with his vehicle, so we'll go take a look at that. Okay, so now we're back in the middle part of the neighborhood, and this is a pretty poor neighborhood that we live in. It's mostly NEPA and some brick and corrugated steel construction. So this is the area that Mr. White, who lives here, has purchased. And so you basically just drive your truck down here, past this trash pile. A lot of trash piles. Not a very clean neighborhood. And so he purchased this strip and this lot that's ahead of us so that he can get his car in and out. And he was also nice enough to allow the rest of the people in the neighborhood to use this as an access. The only problem is this house right ahead of us. This house right ahead of us there's 4 families living in there. So you take your little truck and you go through here, and it hooks around and you can get to the road. But like I said, the problem is there's a house here, and so it's weird that you're kind of riding by it. But even worse is Mr. White now owns this lot, so he is going to demo this house right here. And down here you can see the actual road access. But he's going to demo this house here, in which 4 families live. And that's where all the kids live too. All the kids that come by our house every day, just to play in our yard and stuff, they live here. So Mr. White has given them 2 months to find somewhere else to live. And then he's going to tear down this building to make access to the road easier. I mean, right now we can hook around it. It's not a big deal. But I just guess he wants the house gone, so he's going to destroy it. Which kind of sucks. Is that Nano? Nano! Oh well. So that's life in the fast lane. So that, in a nutshell, is it. It's amazing what can happen, and I'd heard horror stories about problems with property disputes and stuff and how ugly it can get. And basically, just because 2 cousins are having a beef over some issue and they can't work it out amongst themselves, they're feuding in the neighborhood, and it's affecting everybody in the neighborhood. And what's worse is that, that building's going to be demoed. They've been given 2 months to leave. I don't know if they're squatting or not, and those 4 families are going to have to find somewhere else to go. And the kids won't be able to come by anymore because they're going to have to move, which sucks. And again, it's a pride thing. There's aspects of hiya, shame, embarrassment. There's aspects of amor proprio, love of self, got to protect my ego. There's all kinds of stuff going on here, which is all part of the Filipino psychology. And instead of trying to work it out non-confrontationally or something, they're doing all this passive-aggressive stuff that again is affecting everybody in the neighborhood. And we're okay, we're fine, but for people that are living on the edge, people that are living day to day here, to be basically evicted from your home, that's pretty horrible, and it's a damn shame that it's happening. The Pope is actually visiting right now here in the Philippines. And there's a lot of Christians, there's a lot of Catholics in this country, and I'm sure they, both the families go to church on every Sunday. There might be a church right now, but it's one thing to word the words, and the actions are another thing. So this really sucks. It's a down note, but again, we got to show both sides. I got to show the green sea turtles and the kids laughing and playing, and I also got to show the negative stuff that goes on here, and how people's pride and how people's ego can get in the way of people's lives. So this is Ned over at myphilippinedreams.com. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, ang mabait ninyo. Ngayong Pasko, ang blessings ko'y kayo. Thank you, ang mabait ninyo. Thank you. Thank you, ang mabait ninyo.
He's got a drum. Very good. Very good.